Hey everybody! It's the first memory keeping week of my new planner. We're starting a new planner. I've already planned this week in my old planner from 2022. I did that on my own. If you want to see that spread, you can go to my quarter 4 flip through video that I'm going to upload before this one. As of this recording, I haven't filmed it yet. But I had this week twice this year. So once in my old planner and once in my new planner. So in my old planner, I did like a Christmas theme because it was the week after Christmas, which to me is still Christmas. And then in this planner, I picked this kit that felt very New Year's-ish, but also kicking off wedding month. So this is kind of wedding themed, and we had navy as one of our colors in our wedding. The groom and the party on his side were all wearing basically this color. So worked for me, and I just really love how like dark and sparkly this kit is. It's called Celestial. It's from Cinderella paper, and then I paired it with a Scribble Prints Co. foil bundle that I don't think she sells anymore because I got this on like super clearance, but I think it was called Confetti, and it's in gold prism, which is like a holographic kind of kaleidoscope gold, which I love. So I'm also going to continue with my J'adore planning wedding countdown this week. And we're going to start putting down the base in a little bit. So like in 30 seconds, I'm going to cut in a clip of my husband and I talking about the most random stuff. It's a little PG-13, but it includes commentary on various current popular events and our cat screaming. So if you don't want to hear that, you can skip ahead to like the 6.5-minute mark, and I'll come back for voiceover. But for now, I'm going to cut to just chatting with my husband about a lot of different stuff. Okay, let's go there now.
There's a party too.
Yeah, they just announced it.
Oh shit.
That's funny.
I don't know why people are upset at it. It looks better than the 90s version.
Are people upset?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
They need to get a life.
Welcome to the modern age, dickheads. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to keep this clip now for my own
Oh.
posterity's sake. That was funny.
Oh, hi, honey. Wow. Wow.
Everyone's got so much to say right now.
So is pasta, mushrooms, good for dinner too?
Absolutely.
Oh, God. Thank you. Oh, that hurt me.
It sounded very painful.
Oh. Granted, I haven't been coughing as much today, so that's nice.
That's good. Here? No, don't go crooked. Zach and Maggie got married, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, I don't follow any of them, so I just randomly on the subreddit. So everyone's like,
extra.
"Oh my god, it's so extra." Like I looked at it, I'm like, "My wedding did not look." I'm like, "Wait, I'm not a
It's like, well,
freaking billionaire." I just made up a word. I don't own a media company in Los Angeles. Yeah, that might be why my wedding didn't look like that.
And have the additional income of a nurse.
Yes, of a nurse, and then they also got married in Mexico,
Yeah.
so it's cheaper. I think. I'm
Yeah,
pretty. I'm pretty sure that's why people have weddings in Mexico. So yeah, if you ever wanted to know our thoughts on the Barney reboot and the recent Try Guys wedding, there you go. I'm sure it's riveting stuff, right? I just thought it was funny mostly because the cat was, she had something to say as well. Her commentary on society is the most important, quite frankly. Also, sorry if all of the coughing and sneezing annoyed you. I tried to cut some of it out or like lower the volume. My husband got a cold like right after our wedding on our honeymoon, and we'll talk about it when we get to that memory keeping week. He tested for COVID like several times and was negative every time, so it's just a bad cold, but he's still getting over it a month later because this is also the guy who kind of had an asthma attack at our wedding reception. So yeah, air quality here is real bad. Don't raise kids here. Anyway, moving on. Still putting on the base. I love how this week turned out. I think mostly because of the art itself, but then I also added the confetti gold prism foil over it, and it was just chef's kiss. It's the best way to start off this year in this planner. I was definitely adjusting to using the Sadie Stickers planner with a Cinderella paper kit, but it's been pretty easy. Obviously, there's not actual headers in this planner, but I pretty much just lined up the full boxes with the bottom of each box, and I think it worked out. So that was pretty nice. I've gotten so used to the Michaels planner, which didn't have the gutters on each side, or the gutter lines, I guess you could call them, on either side. So it's kind of nice to have those back. But also I have to readjust because it's like, oh, now I have lines in my planner again that weren't there for the last 2 years. But yeah, really love how this turned out. I'm looking forward to planning in this planner this year. And looking forward to finally memory keeping all of January because a lot of exciting stuff happened. January went by so quickly. I feel like it always does, especially because now the last 3 Januaries we've had some big life event. So this January we got married, last January we got engaged, and January 2021 we adopted our cat. What did we do January 2020? Not a whole lot, which is kind of sad in the scheme of things because that was right before the world closed down. Yeah, but January is a big month for us always. And now forever will be. So I don't understand when people say that January drags on because especially this year, January was gone in a flash. Like we were gone for a lot of it. So it went by so quickly. So yeah, here I'm using the date covers because I figured why not? I liked how they looked with this kit. I don't always like the designs that Cinderella paper chooses for the date covers, but sometimes I do. And then instead of using the date numbers from the actual kit, even though she includes all of those, which is actually really nice, I used the gold prism date covers, or date dots, I guess. And I also used one of the washi overlays, so I just used the confetti pattern one. I didn't use the bow one. These are always the hardest thing to put down for me. Especially on the right-hand side. I got them straighter than normal this time around, but the washi overlays are something I really struggle with. And it covered up a lot of like the constellation pattern, which is kind of a bummer, but you can still mostly see through it. But I felt like I really needed the washi overlays here. I also did use all of the header overlays which I don't normally use header overlays from kits, but this time I did. And then I did bring in at least one Planna Hannah quote. This is from one of her Taylor Swift sheets. I used the one that said 2022 because that was the last day of 2022. And then here I'm putting down the full box overlays. They're just pretty frames, and they just added that extra oomph to these boxes. It looked really pretty, really simple foil, but just really pretty and really complemented like all of the sparkle in the art as well. So I'm kind of obsessed with this week. This is the only week I've memory kept so far in this planner, and I love it. I need to figure out what I'm doing for the week after this. Oh no, my computer battery's gonna die. Hold on. We're back now. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what kit I'm using the week after this one. If you watched my lineup, you saw I was gonna use Beach Bliss, but it poured rain on our wedding day, so I think I'm gonna save that for our makeup photos. We're doing like a makeup photo session, I hope, and still trying to get it on the calendar with our photographer. Hopefully in March. We tried to do February, but it just was not working out scheduling wise. So hopefully March. So I think I'm gonna save Beach Bliss for that. And then I have a different wedding kit that doesn't really match our wedding at all, but like it was the week before the wedding and I do wanna use some sort of wedding kit. So my lineup's gonna change, basically. I'm pretty sure. But let's go ahead and get into the day by day. This week was really easy to memory keep because I already had the stickered down plans in my old planner. It's a lot easier to film these, it turns out, when you already have the exact same layout done already instead of just notes that you wrote to yourself. So Monday, I used the J'adore Planning Wedding Countdown to mark that it was 19 days till our wedding. Nathan was off this day, so I used a little heart from the foil bundle to mark that. And then we were still at my parents' for Christmas this day. We drove home this day, but in the morning we had coffee with my dad and a couple of my brothers who were staying at the house. So I have a wonton and a million snoozing character in a coffee cup because I'm pretty sure I was exhausted because I stayed up really late the night before. And then we drove home this day and it was awful. It took us 12 hours to get home, and typically it should only take us like 8 or 9. It was bad. So I used a little car icon from the foil bundle. I think part of the problem was that around this time was when everyone's flights were getting canceled. So I'm pretty sure there were just a lot more people on the road than usual because their flights might have gotten canceled. I don't think like California flights within California got canceled, but I think there was just like, there's so much traffic. It was the worst. Like we kept hitting traffic jams. We did stop a couple of times to break up the horrible trip. So we stopped in Cinderella to get In-N-Out. So I have a little In-N-Out sticker from Carly Plans. And then we stopped in Kettleman City to get gas. And then we finally got home, like I said, after 12 hours. It was awful. And my sister gave Nathan a advent calendar from PetSmart for our cat as his Christmas gift, which is the perfect gift for him. And we started it with our cat this day. We didn't end up finishing it because we got interrupted by our wedding. And then when we came back from the wedding, we opened up like one more advent and then forgot about it. So I think we're just going to save it for next year. She has so many toys now between what we bought her for Christmas and like the 17 toys we got through out of the advent calendar. So she's kind of spoiled right now. So I think we should just save the extra new toys for next Christmas. So the end of this year. Anyway, that cat in a box stickers from Once More with Love. Tuesday, I marked that it was 18 days till the wedding. And again, I marked that Nathan was off. I think he gets Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off as paid holidays, which is really nice. But of course, those were both weekend days, so he got the 26th and the 27th off. This was the day we had what I call Christmas 2.0. So I have a little Molly cat reindeer from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. because we brought like a couple of our gifts to my parent, like our gifts to each other, to my parents' house. And then we just forgot to open them. So we opened our gifts at home. So I have a gift icon from the foil bundle. We ordered from an English pub this day. We ordered a full English breakfast. So this was a freebie that Linner Designs threw in. I have a whole sheet of English breakfast stickers. So I got to use one of those. Then I voiced over a plan with me. So I used like this editing icon from the foil bundle, and it was raining this day. So this began like 3 or 4 whole weeks of pouring rain for California. It never rains in California until suddenly it does. And the time around our wedding, it did. That doesn't happen every single year, so it's kind of a bummer that it had to happen this year. But I can't control the weather. I have had to accept that. So anyway, this was kind of where that started. There was a lot, it was bad. Luckily, no one we knew was like horribly affected by it, but there was a lot of flooding and there were people who died. Like it was bad. The infrastructure here is not really set up for that much rain in that short of amount of time. Because like really we didn't get that much rain, but it was just so much all at once. So it wasn't good. I love rain, but here it can be kind of a disaster. Anyway, I'm going to run out of time here. I was watching Say Yes to the Dress on YouTube, so I have a TV icon from the kit. I was like in a wedding mood at this stage. Wednesday was 17 days till our wedding. I felt stressed, so I have an anxious Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. I marked with a $ icon from the foil bundle that I was opening a new CD with at my bank. And then I was doing a little bit of work this day. We have to assess our student learning outcomes. I'm not going to explain that right now, but that was what I was working on. Then I went to Dollar Tree and Target to pick up some wedding decoration items. Mainly with Dollar Tree, it was getting picture frames for the welcome table at our wedding reception. So did that and then watched more Say Yes to the Dress. Thursday was 16 days till the wedding. I got a latte from a coffee shop this day, so I used an icon from the foil bundle. And then I took over our dining room table to do a mock-up of our welcome table for the wedding. So I wrote in decor mock-up, and I have a little wedding cake icon from Cinderella paper. Set it all up, took pictures for the venue so that they knew what to do because they were going to set that up for us. They set up like a lot of decorations for us, honestly, which was really nice. Then I was doing research for our honeymoon, so I was researching hiking in Haleakala National Park because I wanted to make sure that we were being safe and making good choices, and it turned out that was like the best part of our honeymoon for me, honestly. So I have a little hiking munchkin from Once More with Love, and then we were practicing our first dance for our wedding reception, so I have a little dancing munchkin for that. And memory keeping this week, I'm like, we really should dance more because even though it was a little stressful practicing our first dance because we kept forgetting the routine. And then we nailed it at the reception. Like, honestly, our first dance was like my absolute favorite part of our wedding because it went so smoothly when I had been kind of stressed about it. But anyway, we need to dance more is what I'm saying. And then I watched more clips of Say Yes to the Dress and Worth It on YouTube. Friday was 15 days till the wedding. I played with our cat, so I have a little calico munchkin from Once More with Love and a Play with Evie script from Carly Plans. Then I have a little bow icon from the foil bundle because I pulled stickers for a plan with me, and I trimmed my hair. This was my last hair trim before the wedding, so I have a little icon from the kit for that. So what, like, yeah, 15 days before the wedding. I'm like, how long was it before the wedding? It's right in front of me. I trimmed my hair. Apparently I have really healthy hair according to my hairstylist, which was part of the reason that the curls didn't hold, but oh well. At least I have healthy hair, right? Then I was writing my vows, or at least editing my vows. I already had a rough draft at this point, I'm pretty sure. But I did many editing sessions, which as a writing teacher, I definitely recommend you do. Start early, write a shitty first draft, as we call it, and then edit if you're going to write your own vows, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. That's what I recommend. So I have a Write Vows script from Scribble Prints Co. and a little like writing pad icon from Cinderella paper. And then we practiced our dance again this evening. And then this was the day we found out Barbara Walters died. So we didn't get to take her with us into 2023. Last year it was Betty White. This year it was Barbara Walters. So I was sad because I'm still a journalist at heart. So I put in a crying munchkin from Once More with Love. And then we played Mario Kart and watched YouTube, so I have a Switch icon from Oh Hello Co. Saturday was 2 weeks till our wedding. So this is where we started self-isolating because we really did not want to get COVID, because if we did, we wouldn't have been able to go to our wedding reception, we wouldn't be able to go to our wedding period, and we would have just been out all that money. So we were very careful in the 2 weeks leading up to our wedding. So I have a social distancing icon from Cinderella paper. It was also raining this day, so I have a little raindrop from Wonton and a Million. And then I worked on my monthly budget this day, so I have an icon from the kit, or from the foil bundle. And then we were working on prepping for our final meeting, which was 10 days before our wedding, and researching how to create a seating chart, like what our options were, ordering it 10 days before the wedding. So I have another cake icon from Cinderella paper, and then of course this was New Year's Eve, so I have Molly cheersing with her champagne from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. We dressed up a little bit. I put on some hot pink lipstick, so I have a lipstick icon from Planet Hannah, and then we got a charcuterie board from a local cheese shop this day. So Molly loves charcuteries from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. We watched YouTube, we played Mario Kart, and then I turned on Animal Crossing for the first time in like a year to use their New Year's countdown, because the problem with being on the West Coast is that we don't have like a live feed. We don't have any sort of network TV. We don't pay for that, so I have to rely on YouTube, and by the time it's midnight here, nobody cares anymore, so there's no live feeds. So I just use Animal Crossing. That Animal Crossing icon is from Simply a Mess sticker shop. Sunday, I used this 2023 Munchkin from Once More with Love to mark that it was the new year. 13 days till the wedding. I had to pay rent and one of my credit cards. And then we had Bailey's in our coffee this morning, so I have a little mug icon from Scribble Prince Co. And I was editing our gift registry because Bed Bath & Beyond is in trouble right now, and so we had a Bed Bath & Beyond registry, and so guess who had to remove a bunch of stuff that doesn't exist anymore. So, and I didn't even do our gift registry that early. Like, I think I did it maybe 3 months before. That's even still a little early, but I needed it ready for invitations. Not to put on the invitations, but just to have on our website. So yeah, I would not recommend doing a gift registry far in advance, because you just never know what's going to happen with the companies that you're registering with. I've had to replace a lot of stuff. It's been pretty annoying. So that gift registry sticker is from Once More with Love from her wedding sheet. I filmed a plan with me. Nathan made homemade pizza, which was fantastic. And we practiced our wedding dance again this evening. And then we rounded out the night by watching Game Grumps. Those TV icons are from Cinderella paper, the ones on like the cute TV stand. In the sidebar, I marked that we confirmed all 100 of our RSVPs at this point. So at this stage, we had about 80 people saying yes and about 20 people saying no. We'll talk next week about who actually ended up being able to come, because that did change closer to the wedding, unfortunately, for some reasons that were totally out of everybody's control, unfortunately. But we confirmed all our RSVPs at this point. And then I have a FaceTimes 2 script from Carly Plans to round out the sidebar. And I decided to use some of the foil deco at the top. This was very tedious, it took forever, but it was very much worth it at the end of all this. So that is the last week of 2022 and the first day of 2023. Like I said, I'm kind of obsessed with how this one turned out. It's so sparkly and shiny. And I love it. And it's a great way to kick off the new year and a great way to kick off the month that we got married in. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about what we were up to this week. Nothing too wild. We usually spend New Year's at home anyway. But that was the week. Lots of wedding prep and food. So I will talk to you next time. Bye.